Welcome back, guys. We are learning how to play Fascist Pigs from the album Your Lies Wrapped in a Pretty Bow. So this song is like thrash. It's pretty fast. It's like 180 BPM or something. And yeah, let's get to it. So it starts off with the verse riff. Alright, so this the way to play this riff is, the chords we'll need is a power chord on the 7th fret of the A string, which is your first finger on the 7th fret of the A, and your third finger on the 9th fret of the D. We just move this shape down to the 5th fret, and then we'll also need that same shape on the 8th fret. And then it goes back to the 7th fret. So in between those chords we do a alternate picking on the E string, like palm muted E string. Alright, so yeah, it's alternate picking. E, it's the E chord, but yeah, the power chord on the 7th fret, then to the 5th, so in between all those ones we put some alternate picking in there, and then so 5th, 7th, 5th, then 8th, so like this, and then between the 8th and then you go back to the 7th. There's no chugging in between that one. You just hit it twice, and then back to the chugging again. Second time around, we just hit that E chord once. We don't hit it we just go, just let it ring out a little bit. So yeah, those two together go like this. And we do that pattern twice. Then we go into this riff, which I'll show you. So that is, we do a power chord on the 3rd fret of the A string. We let that ring out, and then we do this little lick. So yeah, we let it ring out, and then we use our pinky on the 6th fret of the D string, ring finger on the 5th fret of the D string, pointer on the 3rd of the D string, and then 6th on the A string, then the 5th on the A, and then the 3rd on the A. So yeah, we got the chord on the 3rd of the A, that little riff, and then we do a power chord on the 2nd of the A, let that ring out a little bit, and then the 1st, and then 0. With 0 you just have your ring finger on, like that would be on a fret if there was another fret, but there's not, so just make sure you don't hit that top string because it won't sound so good. So together that sounds like this. That was a bit slow for you. So we'll just do that whole verse riff. I'll just play it slow so you guys can play along a little bit. So it sounds like this. So that's our verse riff. That plays 3 times at the start, and every other time it only plays twice. So 3 times around that whole thing. Yeah, every other time it just plays twice. Yeah, it goes 3, then twice, and then just once where the solo plays. I think that's the only times it gets used. But yeah, the song starts off with that. So I would just play through. After that we go to the chorus riff, which is a little easier. It's same power chord on the 7th fret of the A. But yeah, we start off with chugging. So that's it. So it's not alternate picking this time. It's just downstroke. Go 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 go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we hit the power chord on the 7th of the A. Chug, another 4 chugs, and then we hit power chord on the 5th of the A, and then that slides down to the 8th of the A. And then we go back to chugging, back on the 7th. And then that is the 10th, and then down to the 8th. So chug 4 times, and then 7, another 4 times, then 5, 8, chug 4 times, 7, chug 4 times, 10, 8. So yeah, we'll just play through that real quick, real slower for you so you can play along. And then it goes another chug. That's just that first pattern again. 7, 5, 8. Then 4 chugs again. 7. And then instead of doing, we go, which is on the A string still, it's power chord on the 3rd, 2nd, then, so you just strum those ones 3 times, and then on the 1st you just strum it once, and then on the 0 fret you just strum it once as well, so it sounds like this. Alright, so yeah, so there's the first one, which is 7, 5, 8, and then we got 7, 10, 8, then 7, 5, 8 again, and then 3, 2, 1, 0. So yeah, that's a little difficult to explain, but yeah, I'll play it through slow so we can play the whole thing together. I'll play through it twice as well so we can get the hang of it. That's the chorus. And that plays twice the first time around, then 4 times for the next time around. But while that is happening, we've got another guitar doing a very similar thing, which I'll show you. So it's very similar pattern, it's the same pattern, but we're just hitting the notes instead of the chords, so it's just, yeah, the 4 chugs, and we're just hitting the A string on the 7th fret. So it's like the first finger that you're using for your power chords, it's just what we're playing. So 7, then 5, 8, 7, 10, 8, 7, 5, 8, 7. And then instead of doing we harmonize that, so it's playing on the 5th. So yeah, so that is 5 on the D string, 5, then 3 on 5, 3 on 4, 1 on 2, 1 on 3, and then 1 on 2. So yeah. We'll play through that one twice through, and we'll just do it a little slowly for you. But you get what that does. When I usually hit the 7, I just do like a little slide back to the nut. Yeah. So yeah, that is, it's very similar to it's pretty much the chorus riff. We're just playing notes, and then at the last part, we just harmonize it with the notes. So yeah, pretty much, yeah. I guess another way you can think of it is where your ring finger is. Where your ring finger is on that one is what we're playing on the other guitar. If that helps. So yeah, that is the verse done, chorus done. Then it goes back to the verse again, back to a longer chorus, and then it's the verse riff with a solo over the top of it. I'll teach a solo at the end, just so we can learn the rest of the rhythm. Because after that one, we've got the bridge then, which sounds like this. So that's the first half of it. I'll show you. We'll learn that, and then I'll show you the second half of it. So it is just palm muted E string. It's just alternate picking. So we do that 4 times around on the last, and then we hit on the last time in there we hit 1-3 on the E string. In between all those, like, I kind of mute the strings with my just placing my fingers so they don't ring. And then the second time around we do the same amount of up down. So. But instead of 1-3, it's 5-3. So those two together sound like this. We'll just play them a little slow and play them together. So that pattern plays through twice. So that was one, and then we do it again. And then the second half of the bridge sounds like this. Like that. So it's a similar pattern. So we do the same thing, but instead of just muting it, we hit an open E chord, like an E power chord. So it's just your ring finger on the second of the A and your pinky on the second of the D. You can also just play it with your pointer covering those two strings. I do my fingers because we use power chords on this, so I find that easier. So yeah, then we do the diddle-diddles again, and then it's a power chord on the E string on 1-3, and then open again, like chug chug, open, chug chug, 5-3. So it's like similar to that riff we just played before, but just a bit different. So it plays a couple times as well. I guess, yeah, that was that. And to get out of that, we do the same ending as the verse, which is. So we'll play 2 of the first bridge riff, 2 of the second bridge riff, and then we'll go into the outro, into the chorus afterwards. We'll do that together. We'll do it slowly. back into the chorus, which goes for 4 times, I think, and it just ends abruptly. Which is... just ends like that. There's no ring out, it's just mute it. So yeah, that is all the rhythm parts, I guess. So yeah, before that bridge is a solo which plays over the verse riff. So it plays over that riff. I'll play the solo and then I'll touch it. Pretty short one. So we start on the, what is that, 19th fret of the, 19th fret of the A string, which if that helps, it's the same note of the first. It's, yeah, same notes, that's why I started there. So we've got our first finger on the 19th fret of the A string, and then our second finger touches the 21st fret of the A string, and our third finger is the 22nd fret. So it goes, that's the first finger, the 19th fret, then we hit the 21st, then the 22nd. So in between them we let go and go back to the 19th fret, and then it ends on the 21st fret. I'm not very good at explaining this, but yeah, so that first part sounds like this. I'll play that a little slower. Like that. Then we drop down a string to the D string and pretty much do the same pattern on the D string, so 19, 21, 22. Except we end on the 21st again, but instead of going, we just hit it and let it ring out. So those two together sound like this. Let's a little slow down for you. Like at normal speed, it sounds like this. That's the first two parts, and then we drop down to the G string, sorry. So that is, I use my third finger on the 22nd fret on the G string. 1, 2, 3, then we go down to the 21st, down to the 19th, and then we jump up a string to the D and use the same frets, 22, 21, and 19. So together they sound like this. I'll just play it a little slower. So like that. Like full speed is. And then we jump to the, we're on the D string, we jump to the 15th fret. 15, 17, 18. Then we jump down to the G string again, and it's 18, 17, 15. Just single strums on those ones. And then the last part is very similar to the ending thing. So we hit 15th on the A string. So same as. Yeah, the first finger is on the 15th fret of the A string, and then on the D string we hit 18, 17, 15, and then 18, 17, 15 on the A. And then the next one is the 14th fret of the A string. 14th fret of the A string, and then I hit the 18th and 17th on the A. And then we go down to the 13th of the A, and end on the 12th of the A. So those parts together is. And then it goes into the bridge. So we will play the solo together slowly, I think. So this is part 1. Part 2. Part 3. Ending part. Like that. I'm not very good at teaching that kind of stuff. So that's the solo. That plays over. That plays over. So you can see where that end part of the solo lines up with the part. Yeah. So that's not the longest solo, and it's not too tricky. I think that's all the parts though. We've got verse, which is the intro as well. So it starts off with the verse, goes in the chorus, back to the verse, chorus again, solo, which is over the verse riff, then bridge, which has those 2 different parts, then goes back into a chorus, and it ends with that we just mute the last one. Or whatever it is. Yeah. That is a song. It is fast, so yeah, practice it slow and then get it up to speed and play it like that. Or play it slow, whatever the fuck you want to do. Yeah, so that should be that. Catch you in the next video. Keep on rocking out.
Their power, we're starving, we're dying. Their flesh will be devoured. Consume them, remove them. We're done with being stepped on. Eyes open, fists flying. The fascist pigs are dying.